Welcome back to On Trial and Trots TV. Going to try and find you a few winners from the trials across New South Wales. Going to start with the trials at Bathurst last week. Now, a lot of the horses actually came out of these trials and have since raced, and a few of them have raced quite well. One of those horses was Coolamunda. Now, it won the trial, then went to Blaney on Sunday and won the race by 20 metres. So I thought it might be interesting to have a look at the performance of the second horse in this trial, and that horse is called Titania Royal. Now, she interests me because we haven't seen her for quite some time. She's only lightly raced. She's had the 4 starts. She won a race. She was trained by Nathan Hurst at the time. She's now being trained by Wayne White. Now, the times aren't anything too flash hot here. They only go a mile rate of 2:3.5. They get home in 59.6 and 29.5. But the fact that Coolamunda has come out of this trial and has performed well since. Now, to be fair, Coolamunda coasts to the line effectively, and Titania Royal's actually asked to stretch the neck a little bit in the concluding stages. But I just thought the performance in the trial was good enough to suggest that Titania Royal might be able to sneak a race first up from a break. I know she trialled at the Bathurst track again this week, so it'll be interesting to see how she performed in that. But if she can sneak into a weak race in the Western Districts, I'd definitely be watching her and keeping her in the market and definitely in your thoughts if you're having a bet in the race. So Titania Royal comes out of the Bathurst trials on November 3. Now I want to have a look at the Menangle trials on Friday. Of course, the Menangle midweek meetings moving from Tuesday to Friday, so our triallers are coming out of these Friday meetings. The first one I want to show you is a trotter called Paris Pepperell. Now this was in trial number 1, actually trialled against the Pacers, and Paris Pepperell does a really good job. Jared Alchin drove the mare in the event. Look, she's got ability. She's a Metropolitan winning mare. She's won in excess of $100,000. But this suggests to me that she's not too far away. Speaking with Jared about her, he said she hasn't been an easy horse to train. She's had a few little issues, but he has worked her out. He wasn't even really happy with the way that she trotted throughout in this trial. But gee, she hit the line well, and everything went to plan. She dropped out of the start early, she got back on the pegs, and then all the horse in front of her wanted to get away from the inside, and she got a saloon passage and did a good job. The time was good. They went 1:57.1. The last half was 57.3. They got home in 28.4. Her half would have been a little bit quicker. She did come from well back, and she did give the trial winner a length at the half. Good performance, and definitely worth following here in Sydney. So Paris Pepperell, definitely a horse to follow from the Alchin stable. And the other trial I want to show you is trial number 4. Now, this horse, this trial was dominated by the Hewitt stable. We saw Sweet Molly O'Shea and Spare Me Days run 1-2. Sweet Molly O'Shea, well documented her career effort. She came across from New Zealand. She had a little bit of a boom on her when she arrived. Took her a while to put it all together, but wow, once she put it together, she was very impressive. And she did take a while to come to hand last preparation, and Brad Hewitt sort of said, give her 2 or 3 runs and we'll see the best of her. He was spot on, but I think off the back of this trial suggests that she might not need those 2 or 3 runs this time in. She worked forward off the gate and she was able to find the top, and she rolled a really good mile. She went about 1:53. But the horse that excites me even more is the stablemate, Spare Me Days. Now, the reason I say that, he was a nice horse who just seemed to go off the boil towards the end of last season. He won a Canberra Cup. Everyone was touting him as the horse to beat in the Breeders' Challenge, and I was definitely one of those, but he didn't even get through to the final. So he's been given a break. He's come back, but wow, have a look at this final 400 metres from the horse. He gives Sweet Molly O'Shea a really big start and runs her down and finishes second and is not too far away. Just having a look at the times, 1:53 for the mile. They got home their last half in 54.6, up the straight in 26.8. Now that's Sweet Molly O'Shea's final quarter, 26.8. But I clocked the Spare Me Days, the runner-up, going 26.2 its final quarter. So I think we can follow both of those. And I note with interest that they're both in at Menangle on Saturday night. Sweet Molly O'Shea is going to take on the much better performed horses, whereas Spare Me Days is in one of those C3, C5 events over the longer trip. So I think they're both worth following this coming weekend. And I think the Hewitts, headed up by Dave Hewitt and, of course, Hollywood. Brad, I think they're going to have some fun with both of these horses this time in. Sweet Molly O'Shea and also Spare Me Day. So going on trial this week, Titania Royal from the Bathurst trials, also going on trial with Paris Pepperell, the trotter. And then I think we can bracket the 2 Hewitt runners with Sweet Molly O'Shea and also Spare Me Days. That's on trial this week. We'll be back again next week as we have a look at the horses from the trials.